Hey everybody, and welcome to yet another part installation on my zombie AR build. In the last video we went ahead and installed the Daniel Defense 1-point sling mount, which adds a lot of versatility to your rifle, allowing you to go from 2-point to a 1-point sling mount. In this video we're going to be installing the Battle Arms badass Ambidextrous safety selector. So opening this up, we'll take out the paper insert inside. And on this, we have some instructions on how to install this part. Then, I went ahead and got the stainless steel version of the safety selector because I thought it would look really nice up against the lower receiver of my rifle. On this side I have the crank, and on this side I have the short and thin. Putting this to the side, let's go ahead and grab the lower and put this part in. So in order to replace the safety selector, first I'm going to have to take off the pistol grip, and then I'm going to have to loosen the timmy trigger. Why? Because the timmy trigger is a drop-in trigger, all one piece, and it will interfere with taking out the selector unless it's loosened. So let's go ahead and get that pistol grip off, and then we'll work on the trigger. So I've taken off the pistol grip quite a few times. First you start with taking out the plug in the bottom of it, put that to the side, and then we've got to unscrew the screw way down in there. Now if you've already put a pistol grip on your AR-15 or taken one off before, this should be pretty easy, so I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through this process. One thing I will remind you, however, is to be very careful when taking the pistol grip off, because there is a spring and a detent pin in there, and you don't want to lose those. And I almost lost that one, but there's the spring. And then letting the pin drop out. Now the selector that I purchased did come with an extra detent pin, which is also stainless, so I will be using the new one. Now usually that would be all you'd have to do, and this safety selector would fall right out. However, with the timmy trigger in there, I'm going to have to loosen that up in order to get this part out. So for more information on how to install the timmy trigger, please check out my video called Installing the Timmy Trigger. So I was able to just go ahead and loosen the timmy trigger, and now the old safety selector will come out. So before I can put the safety selector in, I have to remove this side so that it can go through the hole. This did come with its own Allen wrench with the star chuck on it, and I don't have any of these in my possession, so I'm glad that it came with one. This isn't too hard. You just unscrew this. There we go. We can put that to the side for right now. Next, we'll just go ahead and put it in here. And there we go. So that's one lever in. Let's go ahead and flip this around, and I can put in the second lever. Now one thing you'll want to do before you put these all the way in is to put some blue Loctite on the threads of these little black screws. I didn't do that on the other one yet, but I will do that off camera. So this is quite easy. All you have to do is line the screw up to the safety selector and screw it in. Now I'm holding it from the other side so that it doesn't push all the way through the lower receiver. And give it a good tightening. So now that that's in, I'm going to go ahead and tighten down the timmy trigger. I'll do that off camera. I'll be right back, and we'll go ahead and put in the detent pin and spring. So this did come with its own stainless steel detent pin, so we will be using that. Just placing it in the hole here. Next, grabbing the spring that goes into the pistol grip itself, which it also came with a new one of these, which I will be using. Which of course you place right here. Now just keeping your thumb a little bit on the spring here so it doesn't fall out of the pistol grip while you're putting this on. Line it up real well, make sure it doesn't bend the spring at all. Giving it a couple taps with the mallet just to make sure that it's seated properly. And then we'll go ahead and put back in the screw for the pistol grip. Alright guys, well guess what? My lower is now done. I've done pretty much everything you can do to a lower and everything I wanted to do to this lower. So I started my AR build in September of 2012. I am just now finishing the lower in February of 2013. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it the thumbs up. Talk to you later.